we go.
There we go.
There we
Perfect.
go. Oh my gosh. Good morning.
Good morning.
Woo. How are you?
I'm good. You're looking very snazzy today.
Oh, really?
in your
Why?
Sweatshirt.
What do you like about my sweatshirt?
It has a dinosaur on it.
It's so cute, right?
It is. And it says, "Don't be a cuntosaurus."
Yes.
Which is very good life advice.
Does. I wish I had one that you could wear too. My friend bought this for me and I vowed to never wear it until she came over last night wearing an identical one. So I had to. And now I'm hooked. It is very cozy, but it's like pale yellow.
Yeah, I would have that stained already.
Oh, I will with my coffee today. It's good.
Yeah.
I got the German chocolate. My first time, and I know you've had it before, and I
have.
love me some coconut. Let me just take another swig. You can tell me about your fancy one.
I went onto the secret menu today,
Mm-hmm.
which isn't that secret. You just Google Seven Brew secret menu. It's on their
Right.
website. But I don't know. They think they're being funny. I got a peach cobbler,
Okay.
which is a breve with vanilla and peach syrup. And it's obviously very delicious.
Is peach weird with coffee?
It's not. It's not that peachy, though.
Okay.
I would have maybe been more heavy-handed with the peach.
Okay.
But it's there. It's like, yeah, it's good.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I've never thought of that before. Peach and coffee. Or fruit?
Have you ever tried lemon with coffee, which sounds like it would be terrible? It's
No,
actually
but
very
orange.
Good. Okay.
Okay, orange. Yes, that was one of my favorite coffees.
Yes. There's I think it's like a Spanish recipe of some kind where you make an iced coffee with fresh lemon juice
Oh.
and like a lot of sugar because it's very
Okay.
bitter then. But it's delightful, honestly. It's very
Sounds refreshing.
Yeah. It's a good summer treat. Yeah, one of those things that you find on the interwebs and go, oh, that seems weird, but I'm going to try it.
Well, let's go to Spain and try it.
Okay.
There. Definitely.
I'm down.
I am down. Down
Have you been to Europe?
No. No.
Yeah, we
sadly.
should go. Yeah. Joel has never been either. And we've been playing around with the idea of going, but it's a very expensive trip. So we'd have to plan for a couple years probably to be able to
Well,
go. Yeah.
For some people, it's a bucket list thing. I mean, yeah, you want to get the most out of your trip. If you're going that far away, where would you go?
Well, we talked about going during the time of Oktoberfest, so we could go do that in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents, I've actually been to Oktoberfest, but I don't remember. I was like 2 or 3. So my parents would like to go back sometime too. So
That would be amazing.
maybe
All
we'll
the beer. Oh,
be able to go do that and remember it this time.
As long as they don't pass me a boot, 'cause then I will massively fail at beer.
I think that's an American thing.
Is it?
I don't know. I
don't know. I mean, they have steins.
They do have huge steins.
Probably have the boot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Some kind of drinking game and songs.
Yeah, absolutely. And the beer maids that can hold like 10 beers somehow.
Yes, like on their boobs. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I also would like to go. Cool. Joel really wants to go to Italy. I would like to go some places I haven't been, and I would like to go back to Amsterdam because I only spent like a day there, and there's like a lot more that you could do that I didn't.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't know. I would love to go everywhere. I'd love to spend like a month.
That would be amazing.
But working schedules would make that tough. So maybe that's a.
Would you go on that cruise that people are on right now? That's like 9 months long.
No, absolutely not.
I live on this boat now with all of these roommates.
I get seasick, so I'm not big on cruises.
Oh, I am terrified of the sea. So I'm not big on the sea.
Yeah.
Not even sure I'd feel that comfortable flying over it. Really?
Yeah.
Because
there's lots to be scared of in the ocean for sure.
Well, yeah.
I'm fascinated by it, but I also have like a good healthy fear.
Yeah.
Too.
Well,
I don't like fish touching me. And
besides that, aliens, like we talked about last week. Mm-hmm. Come on, there's a lot in there.
Did you see? There's a video going around of a guy just out on like a stand-up paddle board, or I think it was a stand-up paddle board because I think he had a paddle. but or a
Okay.
surfboard. It doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
And a giant squid just flops its tentacle over it.
Stop.
Yeah, and I guess it's not actually a giant squid, but it's like a big squid, like 8 feet long.
Okay.
And
That's pretty fucking giant.
I know, but the giant squid get to be like 20 feet long.
Right.
Anyway, and apparently this squid is the most like aggressive squid, and it's known for like attacking fishermen because it hunts in packs, packs of like hundreds of them.
Oh my God.
So the whole like
oh my God.
the whole like lore of the Kraken is probably linked to this squid because they would come in
Packs of
packs.
them.
Yeah. And this guy,
I was thinking of the Kraken when you were talking about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Facts that I learned on the internet.
Did the guy just shit bricks?
They were laughing because they didn't know what was happening. He was just like, "Oh my gosh, squid arm," and I think he's fine. But then it was like a cut to a person who knew all this information about this squid and explained like why it wasn't funny because he was really in danger.
Right?
Yeah.
Squid have like a little like cuddle bone tooth or whatever. Can't they hurt you? Kind of
little beak.
Yes, a little beak.
Yes.
Gross. That's the thing that you harvest to give to your parakeet.
What?
The cuddle bone?
That's a real thing?
Yeah.
They give them to parakeets?
Yeah, it's that white thing that you hang on the side of the cage.
Oh, I've never had a
I don't know if it's really from a squid, but I think so.
Oh.
Or a cuttlefish. Okay.
I don't know if cuttlefish have
I'm talking out of my lane now. I don't know. But
cuttlefish are very interesting too, and I won't go off on a tangent about that.
Well, there is something white and they use it to scrape their beaks.
Okay.
And to keep it,
Yeah.
like manicured.
Oh, and parakeets like this?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like when you get a hangnail, a snag on your fingernail, and you just have to file it.
Okay.
Yeah. So they like that. Oh. It's good stuff. It's like getting your back scratched.
Okay. Makes sense. Weird that they figured out a squid tooth was good for that. But...
Heck yeah. Oh, they probably washed up on beaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Beaches. You are the wind beneath my wings.
Let's not watch that one.
Oh, God, let's.
Okay.
Oh, God, let's.
I have not.
Back when Bette Midler was an actress.
Yeah. I haven't seen that since I was like a teenager, I think. I don't remember much except that it makes you cry. Uh-huh. It's like one of those movies that they always say like is a good crier.
Yep. So was this one today. Mm-hmm. Not so much the other one. So
get into it?
Let's do it. Okay. Let's do it. We got a lot to cover.
Yeah.
We got Ghost Week. And so we did Beetlejuice and Ghost. Which one do you want to talk about first? Woo-hoo! Coffee break! Let's talk about our beans.
Hey Bean Flickers, have you followed us yet? We are on Instagram and Facebook at Flickin' Beans Pod. Make sure you like and subscribe and leave us a review. Ghost.
Okay.
Just because it's on my paper first.
It's on my paper first, too.
I watched it first, too.
I watched it first, and let's see. Okay. Guess what I don't have prepared? My 25 words or less. So I'm just going to give you the gist of the movie. Yeah, it was a big deal when it came out in 1990. The story of a murdered man and his fiance and a psychic and unfinished business.
Yes.
God, that's Very the worst. Good. That's the most scraping the surface synopsis because it's a story that is pretty well used. I mean, that's what ghosts are, right?
Right.
Because, you go somewhere else if you're all done on Earth.
Yeah.
Who is ever all done on Earth?
When you're really old.
Yeah, but how are you just like, I don't want to see these grandkids grow any older. I'm just done.
So I went on a little road trip yesterday and was listening to a podcast about near-death experiences.
Interesting.
And this guy, it was the guest was a doctor who'd been studying it for like 25 years, and he'd studied like 4,000 accounts of near-death experiences. And basically, like, they all have the same experience with slight differences. Like,
okay,
it's out of body,
uh-huh,
and then you see some kind of like heavenly warm light,
uh-huh,
and then there's like overwhelming feelings of like peace,
uh-huh,
and like you're coming home. Like, it feels more real than your life on Earth.
Oh, it gave me shivers.
Ooh. So I think if you feel that feeling and you see the light, and a lot of times people say that you are greeted by your loved ones and your pets.
Sure.
Can you imagine,
I
like,
can't even
go over there and you're like, oh, my doggy from my childhood. Oh my gosh.
Right?
Why would you want to stay on Earth after that?
Yeah.
So I think it's less like, if all of these accounts are what actually happens when you die, because these people came back. So.
And then were they upset that they came back? They were like,
not really, no.
"Geez."
It seemed, yeah, I don't know.
Or does it just give them the impression of, I'm not afraid anymore?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Because you're like, I know what's coming. And
Ew.
yeah. And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
Okay.
So that's why.
But like ghosts.
Yes. He could choose to stay.
He could choose to stay.
Well, like, as a ghost.
Oh.
He couldn't go back in his body in this case.
Oh. Well, as far as ghosts, like the idea, the supernatural idea of ghosts and how they have some kind of unfinished business. And it's like always just, they have to prove something. They have to solve a case. They have to help the living, help them understand who's at fault, who killed them, or whatever it is. It's funny.
It is.
I mean, what's another reason that you would stay a ghost?
You think haunting people is fun?
Yeah. Or revenge.
Sure.
Love that you can't let go.
Yeah, like the guy in this movie where Patrick Swayze is in the hospital and he meets that other ghost that's like waiting for his wife to die.
Right.
Yeah. Like he was just chilling, waiting for his wife to come, and then they're gonna
go off together. Yeah. Yeah. So he'd been a ghost and that was his unfinished business.
Yep.
That is sweet, because you would think, like, in those cases where that person is missing their spouse of, multiple decades, and they sit and they talk to them at the kitchen table, even though they're the only one having the coffee and the chair is empty.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
It is sad.
Oh, this movie, though, was huge and a super tearjerker.
Yeah.
Oh, everyone cried.
I didn't cry.
Everyone cried. Nope, everyone cried. Demi Moore, and how about her squeezing out all those fat tears just on command? And just like she never closed her mouth the entire movie.
And her hair, why?
Oh God, that hair. Because she could. Because she could pull it off.
She's so beautiful that she can pull off that terrible haircut. She
was a pixie kind of. So a couple of the movies that she was in before this would have been like St. Elmo's Fire, and that's kind of like that 16 Candles sort of crew around that same time, that Brat Pack.
Yeah.
And then About Last Night, which was one of my favorites. That's one of those cable movies that I would watch again and again and again.
Yeah.
And that was her and Rob Lowe.
Okay.
And again, a makeover scene. She moves in with him and starts like painting, and it's just like in Ghost, where in all these movies, I am just kind of sick and tired of people being like artists.
Yeah.
With cool places that no one would be able to afford.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, at the time, I wanted that fucking angel statue. I wanted anything that had to be hoisted with a crane up to my cool apartment. I wanted a warehouse space.
Yeah.
I still do. I want to be able to roller skate from one end of my place to the other. I'm so tired of everybody having these cool ass jobs.
I didn't realize just now that there was art hoisted in both of these films.
Oh, what? Yes. God,
There had to be a sculpture
so
hoisted.
Interesting, right?
Yeah.
It is interesting how we keep getting these like connections and couplings and of these movies that
Almost
we're
like
picking.
these things are used a lot.
It's almost like that. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Yeah. Cool job. Cool hip chick.
Yeah.
Personality. Patrick Swayze. No.
Ew, I did not like him in this movie.
No.
He's a show off, and I don't like that.
He's a show off.
Yes.
How?
Well, the opening scene is them doing demo in just their jeans, no shirt,
Oh, right.
and then a mask
Yeah.
for protection.
Yeah.
And then also he like swings out to get the
Yeah.
statue.
Oh, yeah. No, because they had to show, or he has to show his like dancing skills, his athleticism.
Was this this was after Dirty Dancing? Yes.
I am not 100% sure.
I
I
think,
know he was coming off of like Roadhouse.
yeah.
Roadhouse. But yeah, he's always got to throw in a little bit of that like dance move. Look at my athleticism and physique.
Right. Well,
But-
and the infamous scene where he gets up, they mess with the clay. The story is that mess with the clay. The story is that she can't sleep and she's up in the middle of the night. It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
He comes out wearing just jeans.
Yeah.
Rubbing his eyes, going, "Oh, what time is it? Like, I must have really passed out." And she's like, "Oh, it's about 2 a.m." Was he sleeping in just his jeans, or did he wake up sleepily and put them on? Nobody would do that in their own home.
No. No. I have literally never slept in jeans.
I have, but not.
And jeans and no shirt. What?
I it's only been in cases where I've passed out.
Right? Mid undressing. Right? God, that's so weird. How foreign does that seem? If to walk around in jeans and no shirt, and guys do it all the time.
It's I think jeans are kind of not on their way out, but they definitely don't have the hold on people that they used to,
Hold on. What are they going to be replaced with?
Leggings.
Jeggings? I like me some jeggings.
I have some. Yeah, I went. Well, denim is uncomfortable.
How do you feel about jorts?
I'm fine with it.
Men in jorts? Cargo jorts?
Sure, why not? I don't understand the hate that cargo shorts get. Why?
I don't know.
There's nothing. They're just shorts that have an extra pocket. Like, why is it such a thing?
I have no idea. I think it's just a dad thing.
Sure.
And you maybe look extra lumpy. And like if you put stuff in them, no. They're pockets that are not meant to be used. Unless you want to look weird and lumpy, like one side of your leg like has a giant growth or something.
I guess, yeah.
I don't know. Pockets are for hands, and that's all.
No. Pockets are for putting stuff.
I don't know.
No?
Well, it depends. It depends. I grew up in the era where people had combs in their back pockets all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you,
combing your hair was like looking at your phone now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You go in the bathroom and
Yeah.
just fix
Just
yourself.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Man.
those were easy days.
It's true. I think about that sometimes. Like, what did I freaking used to do
Right.
when I was waiting for someone, or like those little moments that you fill with your phone now?
Yeah.
What did I do? I don't remember.
Oh, man.
It's
hard.
I was bored a lot more, probably,
Yeah.
which is good.
I made a lot of microwave popcorn and watched VHS tapes.
True.
With commercials taped because they were taped from TV. Oh, man. Never been a master of the pause and record. Oh, my gosh. The other trope in this movie is, you know, his job.
Yeah.
Okay. This is not our first stockbroker job either. That's another one of
the
those.
artist has to live with someone with a like quote
balance
unquote
her
whole
out.
job
Yeah.
to be able to afford those
Hell
places.
yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Not only was the space enormous, but they renovated it together without fighting.
Without a shirt.
Without shirts on.
Maybe
a
that's
lot
the
of
secret.
overalls. We love overalls.
Oh, I do love it overall.
I do. I could wear some right now, but I don't want to cover up my Cuntosaurus sweatshirt.
So that's the thing about overalls that I don't like is I never really feel like I have a good shirt that fits under them.
Tank top.
See, I just want to wear like a bra under it.
Do it. I mean, yeah, that's my go-to is the tank top, and it's summertime and they're real loose and baggy, and I couldn't be happier. That's a great get up, if you will.
Indeed.
My friend Missy, she's on more than one occasion given me a pair of her grandpa's overalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're the best because they were so worn in.
Yeah.
Oh man, so great. Love me some grandpa overalls.
Man, I wouldn't have fit in any of my grandpa's.
Yeah,
He's a little guy.
Oh my god. What? Bruce Willis actually maybe would have. He turned it down.
Really?
Yeah.
Was this when they were together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was like, and I agree, like, what on earth? Why would this movie work?
Yeah.
It is just, it's weird.
It's very weird. And like so many ghost films, I understand why they do this, but they're very inconsistent about what the ghost can go through and not go through.
Yeah.
Like he sticks his head to look in the train and the train's going through him.
Yeah.
Then he jumps on the train and now he's not going through the train.
Right. I think it's whatever you want. Intention, sure.
Sure. They do address that at least in this. Like with the guy
the penny
who can
and the pushing, learning how to manipulate objects.
Mm-hmm. So in that case, like, I guess that they address it later.
Well, I'm sorry, but is that going to distract you from your goal? Or do you need to learn those skills before you can, tell your live lover how to solve the crime? Did I?
Yeah. You do. Those are skills you need to solve
So
crime.
it needs a montage.
Yes.
Scene. Yes. Patrick Swayze learns things.
Without a shirt on.
Right.
And then he goes off and he plays volleyball with Tom Cruise on the beach.
God, right? Oh my God. As a ghost.
Yeah.
I would want
and
that.
Goose is out there as a ghost.
Goose. Goose.
This is the remake that we really need. Listen up, Top Gun franchise.
Right. Because at some point, accidents happen. Just saying. Oh my God. Doop-a-doop-doo.
Did you notice in the red car at the very beginning? I was like, oh, that looks a lot like the car that Bridget has in her senior picture.
The Ferrari?
Yeah.
Ooh. Who was driving it? It was
parked.
Oh, it was parked?
They comment on it while they're walking by.
Oh, I better look at that. It might be.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cool car. And that would have been 1987. And it was a Ferrari Testarossa. Wow. I know.
Yeah, I'm not good at knowing what cars are, but it looked a lot like it to me.
I think Testarossa means redhead.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the ginger of cars.
Beautiful car.
It was very cool. I'm gonna burp. I don't think I would have liked Bruce Willis in this role because he's not as much of a sex symbol as Patrick Swayze was.
Yeah.
I mean, whether or not I don't find Patrick Swayze good looking, and for lack of a, I don't want to be like not PC, so I'm going to use the word backwoodsy to describe kind of like the Swayze.
Backwoodsy.
I don't want to say like Like he comes from the mountain people. And possibly a very small group of them at that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like
Iffy.
he's one of the whites.
Okay. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I mean, yeah, they don't look like a couple.
No.
I see she looks more like she belongs with the bad guy. Honestly, I don't know. He's got that kind of buttoned up look. Whereas
yeah, his brother.
Yeah. That's not his brother.
Which one?
The bad guy.
The one that's that kills him, or the one that
his colleague that is
it's his
stealing the
brother.
money. In the show?
in the movie?
In the movie, that's his brother?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just his best friend.
No, because at the beginning he says, "Where are you taking Mom tonight?" Or maybe he said Maul and not Mom.
Maul. I'm going to go with best friend.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes. Maul.
I thought it was his brother.
Well, that's even worse, right?
Yeah.
Because he basically went and had Patrick Swayze's character killed.
Mm-hmm.
God, if he was his brother, what a dick. Well, he is such a dick.
Yeah, he's the worst.
And then his shirt comes off, too.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
God.
It's not good. But the best part of the movie is by far Whoopi Goldberg.
I know,
She's
right?
the best.
She won an Oscar
Oh, did she?
for Best Supporting Role.
Okay.
She's hard to look at.
Her wigs are
Her wigs
bad.
Oda Mae.
Although I did like her the outfit that she wore to the bank.
Uh-huh.
It was very like Legally Blonde with the little like pink pill hat.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
I loved that.
It was very over the top.
Yeah.
Very 80s, but also extra.
Right. Yeah, the wigs were not good. Wigs, I think, have come a long way.
Yes.
Since
That's
the
true.
80s.
That's true.
You can barely tell when people are wearing wigs now.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, that was a very bad wig. And the heels.
I didn't really notice.
Whoopi walking in heels is so awkward.
It's not for her.
She's bow-legged and just, I don't know if she's making it look worse than normal, but yeah, not a pretty sight.
I didn't notice that.
That's funny.
Maybe that's because like I walk that way in
It
heels,
was
so it
just
looked
so
normal.
foreign. Oh my gosh. Whoopi was huge. And, you know, she's still around now, but she used to be a stand-up comic.
Yeah.
She used to be a lot funnier. Now I think she's kind of more serious, more opinionated, more less funny.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that being on one of those like
Is it The View?
yeah, I think she's on The View, and I don't think those shows are good for you because everybody that's on those either like goes a little crazy or is a little crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe you had to be a little crazy to be on that show, but also I think that show would drive you nuts. Like how annoying to have to like sit around and talk about shit you don't care about.
Oh, for real. With so many strong personalities.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like the real world.
It is kind of like that. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
old
MTV's real world, not the real world.
Yeah. I think, some of it might just be her getting older, but she does seem to have like some outdated opinions about things.
Can you believe that she and Ted Danson were a couple?
I know, that's weird.
That is so
For
weird.
like a long time.
Yeah. So weird. But I don't like Ted Danson that much either.
Yeah, I have no feelings about it.
Yeah.
I didn't really ever, I've seen Cheers.
Yeah.
But I never like really got into it. So
I loved The Good Place. And that's like a newer thing that he's been in. Mm-hmm. And I got used to it, but still just kind of an acquired taste, I guess. But
yeah.
I would say they both are. It's kind of like Maggie and Jake Gyllenhaal. They're both a little off-putting.
Oh, yeah.
So it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. There's something about Maggie in particular that is weird to me.
I stole that line from something.
Did you? Okay.
They're off-putting. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It comes up now and again though. But they're good examples of people being off-putting.
I understand what you mean by that. Yeah.
When this movie came out, those demons that come and pull the guy apart, basically, I read a fun fact that creepy, scary sound that they're making is actually a slowed down and backward recording of a baby crying.
Really?
Isn't that
no wonder
gross?
that's creepy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's like the nicest, or, it's like, what is super innocent
downstairs.
that we can turn evil? Oh, those demons. I remember being super freaked out by that shit. And looking at it now, it's like,
Cheesy.
what the? That doesn't even, and they have like little eyes like that are just cut out.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder how they did that effect, really.
I don't know.
Huh.
Because they
Silly.
probably did have some computer generation then.
Yeah.
I suppose. Because I don't know.
So
But I
was
hate the sound while we're talking about the sounds.
Yeah.
Whatever the sound is that they made when they go through doors.
Oh,
Ugh.
what does it sound like? Like,
It's like scrapey and squishy at the same time. Like,
ew.
it was like nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm like, stop going through the door.
Ew.
It's gross.
Yeah. God, stop doing that.
Why does it sound like that? You shouldn't make a sound at all.
Yeah, you shouldn't. You're a spirit.
Yeah.
Ugh. Well, all right. Oh, my old hips. I'm going to cut that out. I tried to just shift my position. It's not happening. Okay, and so they are showing us like, quote, hell.
Yeah.
With these demons coming and getting the bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they show us heaven with Patrick Swayze being also in a weird light and a weird effect. It doesn't look cute. It's not a good look. He's all like a cartoon almost.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of weird.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently that scene is what that was the audition scene.
When he goes to heaven?
Yeah, the final scene. Yeah. It turns out you take all that with you or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And she's just there crying, mouth open, thinking about making some pottery. Oh, God, I hope she finds love again.
She'll be all right.
She will be all right. She'll have Ashton Kutcher
Pretty soon.
Oh, but now I'm a little sad because Patrick Swayze and nobody deserves pancreatic cancer,
No.
and he died. I did write that down. Rest in peace. 2009.
Really? It was that long ago?
Gosh, yeah, that's so
It
sad.
seems more recent than that, but yeah.
He made a lot of his career. So there's that. And then we've talked about Bruce Willis also is suffering from some kind of weird
Degenerative something.
Yeah, and that's too bad. Demi Moore and the Ashton Kutcher, they've split. I don't think she's with anybody right now.
Not that I know of, but I don't keep up on.
I don't either. But now I'm thinking of that haircut. And remember, she was also G.I. Jane.
Yeah.
Yes. So
That's a better haircut than this one.
you don't like it? I wish I could have that.
It
haircut.
looks like a little boy's
Yeah.
haircut. I don't like
Yeah.
that. Like, I'm all about a pixie cut. I
Yeah.
like that. But it's a bowl cut.
Yeah.
And it doesn't do her any favors. And it's got like no style.
Funny. Do you remember when on Friends, when Phoebe goes to cut Monica's hair?
Yeah.
And
she's like, this is how he wears it.
I said Demi Moore, not Dudley Moore. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Another bad wig, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, that was Ghost. I suppose we could just press on.
Yeah. Yes or no must watch.
No.
Yeah, me either.
No.
If you're like a movie buff, you've probably already seen it. If you aren't, it's okay.
Just find some parodies of the pottery scene.
True.
And one of the things I saw speculated that pottery classes probably enrollment went up after
for
this.
sure.
I bet you.
They're like, oh, this is a good date night idea.
Yeah, pottery is so sexy.
It's so gross.
I know. I remember going with taking my sister to the pottery studio. Yeah. So one time I took my sister to the Pottery studio on campus, and we got into it, and she's like, this is so dirty and messy.
Yeah.
Later, she did get very into it and studied it herself in college. But oh man, she was so surprised. Like something that turns out so pretty is so freaking messy.
That's
especially
everything.
on the wheel.
Yeah.
Yuck.
I took one pottery class when I was like, I don't know, middle school or something.
Yeah.
And I couldn't ever get it to like work.
Center.
And I never got anything to take out of the class because I kept
No.
breaking it. But it was only like a 3-day class. That's not enough time.
And it's so drying on your hands.
Oh, it's the worst.
I need some of your snail mucin on my
Okay.
hands. Oh, yeah.
I can feel what that feels like right now. How
Yeah,
it just the clay just goes,
Yep.
takes it right out of your skin.
Yep.
Ugh.
Yep.
Pottery is not my art form. Not for me.
Pot. That's another Phoebe when she meets her mom and she does erotic pottery.
Oh yeah.
Erotery. And she's like, I didn't know you did pot. Now, did they call it erotery? I don't for that. But
That sounds right.
I
but
want to
don't
live on
remember.
a beach and make erotic pottery.
Right?
Or not erotic, or not make pottery.
Yeah.
'cause
Or
it's
just
messy.
make some kind of erotic art.
Oh man, because you'd have the drying hands and then you'd go into the ocean. It would be 10 times worse.
Yeah.
They'd just shrivel up and fall off. then you're screwed.
Then you can't make any art
No
or
pottery for you.
or erotery.
My friend. Gus, you're breathing hard. All right, second movie.
Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
I'm not going to say it again.
Okay, don't.
I don't want him to show up. Or maybe I do. I don't know. My 25 words. Recently deceased couple attempt to navigate the afterlife and rid their home of a yuppie family. Instead, resurrect a wacky bioexorcist and befriend the goth daughter.
Oh, I forgot he called himself a bioexorcist.
Yeah, I had to look that up. actually,
That's
'cause I
nice.
couldn't remember what the term was. But
That is nice. Get those people out of there.
1988, this film. So they're around the same time. Why are 80s movies so much better? I don't know. They just... Is it a nostalgia thing for us because we kind of remember them? Or is it just the complete over-the-topness of everything?
I think it was more lighthearted.
Yeah, that's true.
Movies just in general were entertaining and they weren't trying to be film festival things. And I think it was just sort of that way because people went out to the movies and we had cable.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I have an affinity for 80s movies.
Like, I love
so
them.
much.
And there's just something...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very much I think a quintessential 80s movie, but it's very different than a 16 Candles or a...
It's that Tim
Something else,
Burton
but-
aspect.
Yeah, which huge Tim Burton fan.
Yeah.
Which I forgot to look this up. Anyway, maybe I should right now. But they're making a new Beetlejuice.
Yes.
Is Tim Burton also doing that one?
I am not sure.
I'm not sure, but
I hope so.
I looked up the actors. I should have looked that up because it's Jenna Ortega.
I love her.
Which is Wednesday, the new Wednesday.
Uh-huh.
And then Michael Keaton is still going to play Beetlejuice.
Okay.
And Winona is in it.
Okay.
But she's grown up and Jenna Ortega is her daughter.
I love it.
So I'm excited for that. I think it's coming out in the fall,
I love
September. And the sequel is called Beetlejuice instead of Beetlejuice 2,
Okay.
which I love.
That's cool.
But anyway, so I'm excited for that. But
Michael Keaton said it was his favorite role ever.
yeah, well, he does a great job.
I know. How
He's
fun.
very very animated, and I can't imagine anyone else doing this.
Maybe Jim Carrey
It would be different.
or Robin Williams could have done something
I could see
like
Robin
that.
Williams in it, and I could see Jim Carrey in it, but I feel like it would have been a different movie.
But I can't see either of them visually doing Beetlejuice the way that Michael Keaton does it. Part, the makeup that they have on him,
Yeah.
gray and black and
Green.
just weird.
The,
yeah,
moldy
just
part.
terrible
So
looking.
gross. And he's always kissing people with that nasty mouth. Ugh.
I
But the
bet he
good
had
thing
so
about-
much fun.
Yeah. The good thing about that role, if they're resurrecting it, is that he's dead, so you can't look worse. I mean, that'll be good for it. You won't have to try to pretend that you're still, you know.
I'm just like, I bet he's so excited.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That just kind of makes me giddy.
Yeah, I think it would be very, very fun to make this movie.
Oh,
Can you imagine getting to do that, like, the dance scene? How much fun was that to make?
So much fun. Oh my gosh.
And my gosh. I would love to see, like, bloopers, like how many times they broke.
Oh yeah.
Because they're trying to do this dance, but their faces, you know, acting surprised. So you're like, how do you not laugh at each other doing that?
Goofy. Yeah, it's so goofy. I remember those giant prawns freaked me out. No,
they still do.
God,
they're gross.
Just imagine like it's probably a hand in a puppet.
Yeah,
that's so gross.
Yeah,
that is so gross. So how many people were under that table? I would so much love to see just a huge broad view of a movie. You know, how you can hear the director's commentary sometimes on we used to do that on the DVDs a lot. Wouldn't it be cool to just have a wider angle of the movie set so you can see all that background stuff? Maybe I just need to move to Hollywood and get some kind of job bring you the coffee.
Yeah.
Actually, that's probably pretty high up in the hierarchy of Hollywood jobs, really. But yeah, to see that shit.
It would be cool, I like to be somebody that does the special effects and costuming on a movie. I've always thought that was really interesting. There's also like such like intricacy in just like little things you wouldn't even think about.
Yeah.
Like I remember watching the documentary or the director's commentary on Friends, by the way. This keeps coming up.
I love it.
Remember when Phoebe had the dollhouse?
Okay.
Because Monica wouldn't let her play with her fancy one because she kept trying to put like giant dogs in it and stuff. So Phoebe made her own out of cardboard and it lights on fire on accident. Well, they actually had to make like multiples of these, and that never occurred to me just because in case they needed to like shoot it again.
Yes.
And so there's like somebody that's their job is to make 4 of these like
you know what?
Cardboard houses.
On the podcast that I listened to, one of my all-time favorites, and That's Why We Drink.
Oh yeah.
M's job before this podcast, like when they started, was doing these props.
Yeah.
In the prop. And there were some great little anecdotes where she talked about, I think it was on the set of The New Girl.
Yeah.
Not naming names, but that she had to literally like carve out baby carrots to look like Cheetos.
Okay.
A lot of them. And it would be that kind of thing. And then she'd be like, and they ate 2 of them. Or, they weren't used. And just like, but still, it sounded like a dream job. Well, of course, so does podcasting full time, but so,
true.
Not there yet. Keep day job and side gig and other side gig.
Yes.
Always be hustling.
That's how we do.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Never. Always be hustling.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice.
Anyway, this had some other crossovers. We have
Gina Davis
from Earth Girls, and Jeffrey Jones was in Howard the Duck.
Yes.
He's much more like normal in this film. Yes. He's just kind of like the dad who wants everyone to leave him alone.
I thought about Jeffrey Jones quite a bit also, and I was like, maybe we should just follow and do a Jeffrey Jones deep dive.
It does seem like
I think he would be flattered.
Yeah, he is in a lot of movies I like.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
And I never really thought about him that much. But we were talking. Is he in Ghostbusters?
I'm not sure.
I think
he's in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, he's in Ferris Bueller.
Yeah, he's a good character actor. Mm-hmm. We'll figure that out.
I'm a fan. Have we watched any other Winona films yet? Or is this our first Winona film?
Oh, no. Mermaids.
Oh, right.
Mermaids.
Right. Wait. Yeah, it's Winona and Christina Ricci.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah, she played her... she was a great playing a troubled teenager.
Yes.
In different forms. I loved when she goes, my whole life is a dark room. because I feel I was not a goth, but I feel like I had some goth energy. I was a very macabre child and teenager. Like I loved dark horror films, and reading all my books that I would read were exclusively like horror or supernatural. And I just feel like I was dealing with some kind of depression that I didn't know what depression was yet.
Yeah. Same. By the time I got to college, I had black spiky hair. Like Robert Smith from The Cure. So great. There's a lot of Aquanet in that situation.
Yeah.
But yeah. Just I wore all black, boots.
Yeah, you got into the aesthetic of it too. I never did that. I was never like goth dressing.
But I was definitely, I think, a poser. Because I liked to look a certain way, but, inside, and if you talk to me, I was a goofy, nerdy, giggly person who was also very dark and depressed.
Yeah.
Same as I am today.
Well, same.
Yes.
I was like, I'm not really any different. I'm outwardly, like, I don't know if I would call myself bubbly, but I like to wear colors, and I like cute
call
things.
you bubbly.
You think
I
so?
would, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would.
Okay.
Maybe effervescent. Do you like that
I
better?
do.
Okay.
How about carbonated?
Yes.
I am heavily caffeinated and carbonated at all times.
Oh.
But I definitely have like a very dark, like, I like dark music and, struggle with depression on the inside. So I wonder if it's like I portray the bright side of me to the world.
Yep.
But I'm also drawn to that aesthetic.
That's what we do, isn't it? Yep. What we put on the outside is not necessarily a reflection of the inside.
Well, I am surprised. Maybe I'll go through a goth phase soon. I'm surprised I didn't,
That would be fun.
Yeah.
Let's do
I'm
that.
I just turned 40. Yeah. Maybe 40s is my goth phase.
Okay. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
I had one friend that was like, in my 40s, I'm just going to wear pumps with my jeans. I was like, okay, you do you. I don't think I could wear pumps ever again.
I was going to say, I haven't wore a heel.
I think my foot would just absolutely reject it.
Yeah.
Just absolutely good day.
Yeah, I have a couple like pairs of boots that have just the tiniest heel on them, and I can stand those, but like if I have to stand in them all day, no way.
Nope.
Like I made the mistake of wearing them to a gig that we did, and I was like, that was a mistake.
Oh.
It was a bacon fest, so it was just like standing on concrete for hours.
Oh, that was the
like,
longest day ever.
That was a mistake.
Oh my god!
But good for her. I'm glad that she is embracing her
you gotta
style.
do something, whatever you want, just do it.
Yeah, that's right.
Keep growing. Keep changing.
Be a goth in your 40s.
Yep.
When I spent a semester in London, and there was a like noticeable goth population in certain areas of town. And I remember like there was like adult and like elder goths. Oh, God, and I thought that was so funny. Yeah, because it's always like a kid.
Yeah.
That's, going through a goth phase or whatever.
Yeah.
You don't see them grown up and like still dressing like that. And I thought that was cool.
Definitely. I mean, punk rock.
Yeah.
Definitely, especially there.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it was a little more punk than goth, but still like, guys wearing eyeliner. Yeah. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe it goes by a different name now, but definitely.
Emo. I feel like
emo.
Goth transitioned into emo.
Yeah. I put all those in the same category, pretty much. Yeah. Because it's kind of like the next generation's this and that. Yeah.
Anyway.
Mozart.
Movie. Mozart.
It started with Mozart. Oh God. So who's I was gonna ask you whose decorating style do you prefer?
Oh.
The Maitlands or the Dietzes?
Which one is which? I don't remember the names.
The Maitlands are Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin. Which is so funny, it's Alec Baldwin.
I know.
Love him. He's so young.
Yeah, he's very like, even though I've seen this movie a lot of times, that was one of the first things I said. I was like, oh yeah, Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
I don't remember him like as this person or as this character because it's very like he looks very different now. He plays a lot of different roles.
Yeah, it's
now.
very understated.
Yeah,
it's not like comedy genius,
right?
Yeah,
but yeah, he's good in it. I like them together. They're cute.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't like either of them really, but
they're very extreme of one another.
Yeah, I hate the country wallpaper that they have in the house, so I want to get rid of that, but I don't think I would go full art goth.
Yeah, somewhere
weird
in the middle.
Sculptures, because that doesn't seem comfortable. So I would have to go with the country over the goth, I think.
I would want nothing more in my life than a model of a town. Haha, right?
I was thinking that too. I'm like, it kind of seems weird, but also I think it would be fun to do that. And I like when Beetlejuice would make things in the model. She's like, did you build a strip club? No. He did probably.
It. I know, and how he just cuts himself out of like cardboard and foam, and here he comes out of the ground. Girls.
Yeah,
it.
The whole digging the model up, that was pretty cool.
God, that's so funny.
How do you feel about the I have a beef with the sandworm.
Ugh, I hate that thing.
First of all, it's disgusting and it's very scary, and I agree. And I remember as a kid it scaring me. But it's not a worm.
Why?
Because worms are like wet and slimy and they don't have a brain or teeth. Whereas this is a serpent.
Okay.
Why do they call it a worm? A sand serpent even sounds better.
I think you're right. Anything though, also, why do we keep seeing a mouth coming out of a mouth?
Because it's creepy.
That is so stupid. Have you ever bitten your tongue?
Yeah.
How are you going to have another whole head and mouth coming out of your mouth?
There's absolutely no biological reason for that.
Stupid.
And he just has the one fin like a shark.
Yeah.
That was interesting.
Remember those vagina arms and ostrich hands from last week's thing? I can't even.
It's because it's disturbing, I guess.
It is. But it's like, a mouth coming. I mean, didn't that happen in the movie Alien? Mm-hmm. And like, everything. No, we don't need that. Not at all.
It doesn't serve a purpose other than to creep us out.
No. Yeah.
There's a cryptid that is called what I wrote. Mongolian sandworm.
Gross. Okay.
Which I'm wondering if maybe this is like
does it
designed
have
out of it?
Some kind of spiritual reason?
I don't know. All I know is that it's like they call it a worm, and that bothers me because it's obviously not a worm. And the pictures that they have of it looks more like a big silverfish, kind of.
Okay.
Like a big bug. Or like a centipede or something.
I just don't understand why it's there.
I know, it's weird, like, they keep going to that spot, and, like, really the only reason that spot exists is so they could put the sandworm in it.
I know. It's very Salvador Dali to me. But I like the notion that they can't leave the house. Mm-hmm. Remember American Horror Story? And you didn't know you were dead, but you try to leave the house and you're back at the front door.
I never saw it.
Oh God,
I haven't seen
so
any of it.
Good. I recommend the first season.
Okay,
because it does revolve around ghosts.
Yeah,
and it is not as gory as some of the following seasons. Anyway, that notion where she's opening the door and it's just like nothingness. That is scary.
Very, yeah.
And you didn't need a sandworm to be. I don't understand it. I've never heard of a sandworm.
No, and it's not a thing that would exist. I don't know.
Is it like, okay, you're going to get eaten by the sandworm?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's cool looking.
No, I don't like it at all.
I think somebody said, oh, I have this idea for a monster. I couldn't put it in any other movie, and this movie is ridiculous, so let's just...
Yeah, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
why it's there, but it ends up eating Beetlejuice at the end.
Oh, God.
So, who's the villain in this? Do you think it's nobody? Is it Beetlejuice? It's not really, because there's not conflict with Beetlejuice. He's more just like...
Who's the villain? Otho.
Yeah.
Ofo because he's the designer. He's Mrs. Dietz's butt buddy or whatever. He has high influence over her, over the home. He initiates the seance, get the wedding clothes. He's terrible.
Yeah, not a good influence.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Trying to be hip thing is bad.
Yeah.
She even says, the mom, at some point, she's like, these are the only hip people I could get to come out. And the minute you start calling yourself hip, you're not
right
anymore.
Right. I mean,
as someone who,
if people actually like you, they will come to your house in a small town.
I think this kind of idea is definitely fading, especially since the pandemic probably, but the whole like New York snobbery about like it's the only place that's worth living. Have you ever been there, or
No.
you know what it's like? It's like people on top of people on top of people. It smells like pee everywhere, and it's just like it's cool, like but it's not the best place on earth to live.
No.
I mean, things are tough there. Anyway, especially now that you can do so many things without having to be in the Mecca, whatever.
I would only want to visit New York to see the shiny, happy things.
Yeah.
And that makes me a tourist.
Right. Great place for tourists.
Yeah.
But yeah, like actually living there is a struggle. It's really expensive. You live in a closet, basically, that you can't even afford. Right. No thanks. Yeah.
Already, I have to walk up one flight of stairs to my apartment. And whenever I come home with groceries,
I know.
I'm just like, what was I thinking? Next on my checklist is better parking closer to my front door. Hello.
Yeah, I used to live in a like fourth floor walk up, and I think about that now, and I'm like, wow, how did I do that? Well, I was living by myself, so it wasn't as much groceries, I guess, but like clearing anything up there was just a nightmare.
And now imagine being afraid of being stabbed while you're climbing those stairs with groceries in your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
God, or maybe you have to drop one halfway because you're dying, and then you go back and it's been stolen. Oh. This is what I think of New York, and I'm sorry, but
I mean, I don't much love to our New York listeners. I'm sure it's very cool. I'm just saying that like the snobbery isn't warranted.
Yeah.
If you like living there, cool. But that doesn't mean that every other place is not cool.
Right. Because Iowa's super cool.
Hey.
And we're nice. Although that doesn't mean nice.
It means polite.
I think it means, you're being rude, but I'm not going to say so. I am Iowa nice. There's a lot of, what do you call it? Sort of Norwegian and that kind of, you just don't. Mm-hmm. It's not as much as British, but it's kind of like
that. Yeah. Yeah. And we're, very passive.
Yeah. But you still think things.
Yeah. You would never, you don't find a lot of like, honking at each other and yelling at each other, that kind of thing. But that also comes with like having space from other people. Yeah, so you're probably a lot grumpier when you have to deal with people all the time. True. And we have a little bit more. When
we walk on the sidewalk, we are always alone.
Yeah.
Walking on a sidewalk. Yeah, there's no one else there. Honestly, I can't imagine. Mm-hmm. Like even bumping a shoulder. Mm-hmm. Oh, it freaks me out.
Yeah, or trying to walk your dog.
Oh, God.
The amount of people that have like big dogs in cities like that, I'm just
understand.
Like, how? Well, in New York, they have a rule where your dog has to fit in a bag.
To go on the subway. Mm-hmm. Yes, I saw that.
So now there's these like weird bags that they've... I would probably do the thing where you poke the holes in it and she's just wearing the bag.
That's so funny.
And if somebody comes by, I'll pick her up.
I would do that too.
She would hate being in the city.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, as would I, definitely.
I've lived in a city for short bursts of time, and there's things about it I like.
Yeah.
I like all the walking and like not having to drive and stuff, but that's annoying when you have to carry groceries or anything else. Day-to-day life is not as much fun.
But this little town, I'd live in this little town.
Yeah.
Winter River. It's so cute.
It is cute. And the house is cute.
The house is cute. Little bridge, even though they died on the bridge.
Covered bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, very Iowa.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah.
So my question, I just saw my note of, did I overstep my bowels? That was a line that Beetlejuice said.
Don't remember that line.
I wrote it down.
Brilliant.
And those who commit suicide become civil servants.
Yes.
Which, wow, never committing suicide, just at the one tiny risk that might be true.
Right? But you know what, though? I like that kind of job.
Really?
Not the public part, but I could do the filing.
Sure.
Or the passing out the mail on be the slide by guy on the hook.
Sure.
I did have a fun fact about Juno, the caseworker. And you know how she's got the, what you call it? The slit hole in her throat. She actually died from esophageal cancer. But I think she may have had that for a while. But she was an actress for over 70 years.
Wow.
So she was famous, and we didn't know who she was because we're not of that generation. But that is weird because that cancer gave her that trademark raspy voice.
Yeah.
So that's kind of prophetic that they portrayed her in that way as the smoker and the...
Did you think that was like a smoking thing, or it looked like she had slit her throat?
I thought it was it could have been throat slit, but the smoke was coming out of it.
Yeah, it definitely was. But I was wondering whether everybody that's a civil servant actually was a suicide case.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was the Jeffrey Jones character that said it. So I wasn't sure whether that's true. But then when you look back, you're like, yeah, it seems like it because she slit her wrist and the guy hanging on the thing. And do I look okay? I feel kind of flat. Bad jokes.
There was a lot of comedy there.
Yeah, at the heart of it, this is a comedy movie.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, I love the whole aesthetic of everything in this.
Yes.
I think that's why I liked it so much as a kid. But I remember my brother had a couple of the Beetlejuice figurines. They made action figures.
Okay.
And I remember we were going somewhere, and when we were kids, my parents would let us get one toy for a road trip or something. And I wanted a Beetlejuice one too, but then I was at the last minute, I'm like, that toy's for boys. Oh. And I got a My Little Pony or something instead. Oh, but and I still regret it because his toy was so much cooler. Yeah. And it said what did it say? One of his, it's showtime? Yeah. Yeah. I think it was that. One of his catchphrases. It played it. And I was like, I don't even remember which toy I got, but I remember my brother got a Beetlejuice toy, and I wish I would have got a Beetlejuice toy.
Yeah, what the fuck does a little pony do except smell weird?
Yeah.
And, you can comb its hair. Yeah. Jeez.
Patriarchy.
Boys' toys are more interesting. Mm-hmm. I hate to say that.
That's true. Well, I was
they're getting better.
A tomboy when I was younger, and I only have one brother, so I feel like I played with a lot of boy toys because of that.
Let's say with all the STEM stuff that girls are going to get better toys. Yeah. And not just baby dolls. Honestly, Yeah. Dolls. Oh, goodness.
The big question of this theme is, do you believe in ghosts?
I believe in residual energy. Mm-hmm. So I like that idea of, I don't like it. Let me say that, but I believe in that idea of let's say a repeating, you repeatedly see a woman walk down the stairs, something that is almost a part of, but not, I don't believe necessarily that is an unfinished business thing or a demon devil thing, but just a residual energy thing.
Okay. Have you ever experienced anything like that? Nothing like that?
I would say no.
Okay.
But I've had the heebie-jeebies.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
I've had a couple weird things happen to me that
Okay.
make me believe in ghosts. I don't like, same with you. I don't know that it's necessarily like you die and then like you're the same person as a ghost or whatever.
Yeah.
But
physically look exactly like yourself,
Right.
but you're see-through.
yeah, I just don't know about that. But I had some weird experiences when I lived in this really old building that was built in like 1900. And what freaked me out about it, I'll try to tell this in the shortest way possible. So I was having some weird things happening to me at this place. Like I felt like somebody was pulling my ponytail when I was sleeping.
Oh.
Or like standing at the end of my bed, but I could never like really see them. I just felt it, you know?
Yes.
And I was working at retail at that time, and we had a new employee come in, and she was a medium, she said, anyway. And she asked me if I had been feeling like somebody was visiting me. And I said, well, yeah, that's kind of weird. She's like, well, I talked to a spirit, and his name was Richard, and he just wanted you to know that he doesn't mean you any harm.
He pulled your fucking ponytail.
Right. And I was
no.
but I never got any other message from that. And then she only worked there for like 2 weeks, so it was really freaking freaky.
Yeah, you almost is like, the universe sent her to tell me that.
What the heck?
And then she disappears
But
like Mary Poppins.
Lots of people only work retail for 2 weeks. So that part wasn't that unusual. But
oh my gosh.
yeah, just the fact that she kind of came out of nowhere and told me that, and I had been having some weird experiences.
Weird.
But yeah, after she told me that, Richard never visited again that I know of. So, but yeah.
Have you ever had the sensation like the cat is on the bed, but it's not?
Yeah,
I've had
definitely.
that,
All the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
I also had a weird thing. One of my exes would keep waking up in the middle of the night with the bed shaking, and he was telling me about it. And I was like, that's really weird. And then it happened one time when I was there.
Okay.
And I go, are you awake right now? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, is the bed shaking? And he goes, yeah. And
No.
I'm like, this is what's happening. And I guess some, like his hairstylist or somebody was like, just tell it to leave. And it should leave you alone. If you just like go, you're not welcome here. Please stop bothering us. And it did that, and it never came again.
I'm really scared right now.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It was weird. What was weird about it was it wasn't that scary. It's like the bed's shaking, and now I have confirmation from another person that they're feeling it too. Like I'm not imagining it, but it wasn't like, it was like, enough to notice that it was happening. But
yeah,
it was really weird.
Shoot.
So
wow, I don't like that at all.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, those are my two experiences. It's nothing like Ghost.
And see, now with the bed shaking, I go back to Ghost, and I'm like, okay, whoever's shaking the bed, how long have they been dead, and who taught them how to move stuff?
Yeah, it's true. Why is this the thing that they're doing?
Yeah, is this all they can do? Is that all you can do?
I can just
don't
feel...
goad it. Goading the ghost. Goats.
Ghosts. Is that a movie? Because we should watch it. Ghost.
What? Ghost?
Goats. It's hard to say.
Goat
ghosts?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah. Or
ghosts.
Ghosts that are goats. That's the thing that's weird about ghosts too, is that we don't see it in movies anyway a lot, or people talking about ghost animals.
Ghost animals, right? I agree. Let's look into that and really start a movement.
All Dogs Go to Heaven. Speaking of a crier movie.
Yeah. We're not watching that.
That'll be like childhood trauma week where we watch All Dogs Go to Heaven and Fox and the Hound.
Oh. Or Lady and the Tramp. Yeah. Anyway. Oh man,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, there should be a thing where yeah, why isn't there like fucking herds of ghost horses? Oh wait, didn't they do that in one of the pirate movies? The ghost ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
but those were people. Again.
There were animals though.
Okay.
I think too, but yeah, that one is kind of weird because they're not really ghosts, they're under a curse.
Okay.
So they are, I don't know. They're under a curse that makes them immortal. But like once the curse is broken, I think they just die.
And they're thankful for it.
Yeah.
The opportunity to die.
Yeah.
Finally. Go back to the goat ghost because I was thinking like, yeah. So let's say you did have an animal ghost in your house.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking if it was a goat, they could do a lot of damage if somebody taught them how to move shit. I picture like just like the cupboards a mess, just smashing into stuff, breaking shit. But you know, they couldn't poop or anything. What if you had an elephant ghost?
Whoa. Yeah, and it's just like crushing your house.
I guess, and why? Animals just want love. I don't think they would do that.
They don't have unfinished business like we do.
No.
They're not tortured. They just understand that when they die, they go on and they'll see you later.
The goat would be like, I haven't lived my whole life yet because I haven't eaten one of those tin cans.
I've only climbed on top of 2 Buicks.
That's right. Oh my gosh. I love it. I did always want a goat. Somebody was like, they'll eat your windshield wipers. It's like, how random. They'll eat everything up to that point. Yes. So there you go.
It's true.
There you go.
They're funny. I don't know. I used to want to goat until I was around them a lot. And now I'm like, they're really stinky. And
And sometimes they're dead.
Yeah.
Remember that story?
They're dead a lot.
The end.
Babies are tough to survive, I guess. It's really common for them to not make it. Anyway.
So there should legit be some ghosts.
Yeah, where's that little ghost baby?
Ghost goats.
Ghost kid?
Yeah.
That's probably is a movie. But it's a child, human child.
Ghost kid. And it's goat.
And it's goat.
Yeah.
You just see it, and it always has the goat on like a very small string for some reason.
Yeah. Or that thing about your passed on pets.
Yeah.
Suppose they're just following behind you everywhere you go, as many of them as you ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually had that thought,
like when angels.
When I was listening to that podcast about all the pets, and it's like, man, but if you are like a pet person, you always have a pet. Yeah. And then you get and you live a full, long life. Yeah, you might have like 10 pets for you waiting on the other side. Yeah. Are the fish there?
Oh my God. Yeah, I hope so. Hope so.
I hope that for you, but I hope that piranha's not waiting for me in the afterlife.
You hate fish.
I do.
Especially fish people and having sex with fish people.
Yeah, that's all it's not right.
Not your bag. I know that.
Which is weird because I loved The Little Mermaid. But then when I grew up and knew what fish were like.
Yeah. Oh my God. I tell you what. That was a good one. Next week is sports movies.
Sports.
I picked mine. Have you?
Yes.
Okay. You go first.
I picked The Final Season.
The Final Season. Mm-hmm. What is that?
It is a movie that is about an Iowa baseball team that at an elementary school that I went to. And they
cool.
they made it there, and it's not good.
Okay.
So we can make fun of it.
Okay.
But they had this small community was very good at baseball, and they used to have like their own like complete school system in this small town. Oh. But then right around the time of this movie, they're going to consolidate to become Benton Community, which is the school district that I went to. And so it's their final season before they consolidate.
Okay. I like the Iowa connection. Yeah. That is cool.
And it's got Patton Oswalt.
Oh, I love
is
him.
The coach, I think. And then nobody else you would know, I don't think.
Okay.
But I think it'll be funny to talk about how much these people are not like Iowans.
Good one. Yes. Okay. I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
And I did check that it's streaming for free on Tubi.
Okay. Tubi.
Because I found a different movie that I want to watch, but anyway, go ahead and say yours, and maybe I'll tell you.
The movie I picked is I, Tanya.
Lovely. I've actually been wanting to watch it. Have you seen it?
Many times.
Okay, I haven't seen it yet, so
I am excited about that.
I'm excited for a reason to watch it because I just never pulled the trigger on it.
It is good.
I remember like how big of a deal that was.
Yes.
The whole, Tanya Nancy Harding thing.
So, yes, if you remember how big of a deal it was, you are going to love the fresh take on the story.
Okay. Is
Yes.
it told from like Tanya's perspective, or is it just more focused on her side of the story?
It's unique. It's got some elements of a documentary.
Okay.
And like a lot of side interviews and things. So I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
The way it's put together.
Okay.
And it's a very enjoyable movie besides.
All
and
right.
interesting that it was, I could have done this for true crime.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I'm glad we watched Serial Mom though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Pretty
I'm
awesome.
excited.
Okay.
Yay.
Well, great.
Yeah, but what was I going to say about the other movie? Oh, when I was looking for sports movies, I came across this one called Lady Balls. And it looks so bad. I want to watch it. But I don't know where it's made by the Daily Wire, which is like an alt-right
Really?
publication kind of thing. Like I don't know if it's quite alt-right, but it's leaning that way.
Okay.
And it's like, they have like Jordan Peterson, if you know who that is, on their site. Anyway.
Okay.
But it's like a movie where these guys find out that they can identify as women, and then they start playing women's sports.
Got it.
So they're making fun of like trans women in sports, and it looks so terribly politically incorrect.
Oh God.
Probably infuriatingly so. But it's only like this Daily Wire station that has it, and I don't know if I have to subscribe. I don't want to subscribe to that.
Don't. Oh, you never know what you're gonna get.
Otherwise, I might have picked that just so that we could see. Yeah.
Interesting. I love it. Well, I can't wait. Next week. Anyway, yeah.
So somebody else go find out about this Lady Balls.
I love it. All right. Well, we flicked some beans.
Everybody loves flicking beans.
Yes, everybody loves flicking beans. I like that one. Okay. All right. That's all for now. See you next week. Bye.
Love you. Bye.